Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, suggests providing internet access to the people of Cuba. Yesterday, on July 14th, DeSantis penned a letter to Joe Biden urging the Biden administration to provide internet access to the people of Cuba who are protesting against their communist government. Here is his tweet. I urge President Biden to assist in providing internet access to the people of Cuba, standing up against communist oppression and demanding a voice after decades of suffering under a cold dictatorship, which is really interesting because on July 11th, I was sitting at home thinking, people in Cuba do not have broadband access in a major way. And they're obviously got their own type of firewall there and it's censored. I wonder, and I'd say here in my tweet, just 3 days earlier, and I don't know if he saw my tweet or just synchronicity, a lot of people will come to the same conclusion at the same time, given the same set of facts. It's probably that more than anything. Cuba experts. I understand internet access is censored and expensive in the country. Idea. Would the U.S. beaming free internet into the country be disruptive, supportive of the people? I think it's certainly a possibility from air and water with various technologies, just a thought. Obviously, Starlink exists. Obviously, we've had Loon and other balloons and low aircrafts could beam in and you could beam directly certain technologies. So as of right now, DeSantis is plus 400 to win the 2024 Republican primary, closely trailing Trump, who is plus 300, which is really interesting when you think about it. Nikki Haley also and Mike Pence are listed in the odds, but that seems like a long shot. So some quotes from the letter. Technology exists to provide internet access into Cuba remotely using the innovation of American enterprise and the diverse industries here. But he doesn't explain the specific technologies. I wonder which one would actually work the best, because some of the beaming technology would require you to have a special type of antenna on the other side, like WiMAX and those kind of technologies, I believe, which people are not going to have in their computers or on their phones. But Wi-Fi is. So what you actually need to do is figure out a way to get Wi-Fi into the country, which has a certain distance. And here is the quote: similar to American efforts to broadcast radio into the Soviet Union during the Cold War in Europe, the federal government has a history of supporting the dissemination of information into Cuba for the Cuban people through radio and television, Marti, located in Miami. In addition to sending information, however, our efforts must include creating a means for the Cuban people to speak to the world. I think we do need, and somebody here can fact check me, email me, DM me on Twitter, I'm at Jason, or jason@calacanis.com. Tell me what would be the best way to do this. Is it, low airplanes, beaming, Wi-Fi, and how low would they have to be in terms of the balloons that Loon used, or aircrafts? Or could it be done with boats? And I don't know how close we can get to the shores there. Obviously, if you could get Starlink satellites into the country, they could receive it that way, but then that would require somebody to have hardware and become the Wi-Fi router there, which means that person, if they got caught, would be in big trouble, obviously. So it's a really interesting concept, but I don't know what technology actually does this. Antonio Garcia Martinez said, now there's an interesting idea. So I think morally and politically, great idea. I don't know the politics of Cuba, and I'm not a super expert on this, but I do think we should be embracing, democracy anywhere there is communism and supporting the people in their fight for freedom. And if the internet can help that, boy, is that going to be transformative. And I think the entire space race that we're seeing right now, from SpaceX to Virgin Galactic and every other company, Blue Origin getting to space, so many great reasons to do it. But giving internet, low cost, broadband internet to the 2 or 3 billion people who don't have access to broadband today, and to the billion or 2 billion that live in very rural areas, this is going to be a game changer. And it's really, the whole space race is worth it just for that one potentiality. Okay, another story came up today. A friend of the pod, Taylor Lorenz, who was on, reported that Facebook plans to pay creators $1 billion to use its products. Really interesting. Facebook for decades has been very greedy, shared no money with any of the creators. And now what's happened is it's not just YouTube giving money to creators and influencers. You have other platforms like Snapchat is spending $1 million per day for the past 5 months to encourage creators to create on it. TikTok launched a $200 million creator fund. And YouTube recently announced it would pay $100 million to creators to use YouTube Shorts, its TikTok competitor. So creators are getting paid on YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat. The only holdout has been the very greedy, selfish non-sharing Facebook, and now they're changing that. I think Facebook realizes that creators are looking to make money and they're going to move to the platforms that pay them the most. So with Facebook making 25 billion a quarter, 100 billion a year, giving 1% to creators, no big deal. If you look at YouTube, they give 55% of the advertising revenue on a video to creators. Now, that's not 100, it's not 55% of all of YouTube's revenue, because some of that is on other videos that maybe aren't sharing revenue, but it is a ton of money is being spent by the other platforms. So Facebook is dipping their toes. Smart move. I think it's going to work for them. People are on Instagram and they want to monetize their celebrity. And I think, this is why people have left Instagram to go to OnlyFans, or Instagram to focus on YouTube, or leaving Facebook and Instagram to focus on Snapchat or Substack or Patreon. And now you have Twitter embracing this with their newsletter and super likes and subscriptions. So this is great for content creators, and Facebook is late to the party, which is not always the case for them. Interestingly, they're late to the party in sharing money. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. Blog or publish content, promote your business, announce upcoming events or special projects, and sell products and services of all kinds and more. They also have powerful e-commerce functionality, and everything is optimized for mobile right out of the box. So no matter what you're using, an iPad, a Surface, an iPhone, an Android phone, it doesn't matter. All these beautiful templates just work. And of course, it's got built-in SEO, free and secure hosting, and 24/7 award-winning customer support. We did remote demo day in 2020. We were suffering through the pandemic. We were confused. How are these startups going to get funded? And I said, you know what? Throw up a Squarespace site. It's a project. Maybe it turns into a business. And boy, did it ever. We have now funded over a dozen companies, over $14 million in funding. And this all from setting up a simple Squarespace website and tweeting it. So go to squarespace.com/twist for a free trial. Squarespace.com/twist for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, use the offer code TWIST and save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. And congratulations for the team going public by direct listing on May 19th. What an amazing journey it's been. Congratulations again. Okay, let's get back to this amazing episode.